Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another AVR Squared here on the Genreverse Podcast Network YouTube channel, wherever you get your YouTubes from. I get mine from YouTube.com. What about you guys? Hey, do hit the subscribe button. Be sure to check out our parent website, if you will, lrmonline.com. Go there every day for all entertainment news, needs, and opinions. I'm Kyle at That Kyle Malone. This is Christine at Adorable Doom. Both of those are Twitter handles, so feel free to give us a follow there. Help outnumber the bots. I keep getting followed by scantily clad women profile picture bots. Like, I'm not swayed by that.
I don't have that problem. I'm sorry.
Like, if I want scantily clad women, I got my wife. But then I've also got the internet where I'm not expected to interact with anyone. I can just look at a picture.
I know, who wants to talk to people?
But regardless, I'm not going to be swayed to give up private information for, half-naked bodies, regardless,
I know.
Yeah,
that stuff's everywhere. So it's like, that's not anything special.
Anyways, guys, it's been a week. Sorry. It's been a rough week and just could not put any more emotional stuff on the plate. However, we always have a lot of content here on the Genreverse Podcast Network and YouTube channel. Podcasts are available wherever you get your audio from. So yeah, thanks to all 460 some odd subscribers we've got so far. You can tell I don't have any product in my hair. It's real chill, relaxed Saturday, or hoping to be a real chilled, relaxed Saturday. So, but we are here to do Violet Evergarden episode 9 reaction at Violet Evergarden episode 9 reaction. There you go, YouTube. I said the key phrase. The SEO has been said in the video, and that's what we're here to do, guys. So let's go ahead and get right into it.
I'm okay.
Uh-oh. Now she's gonna beat you to death.
You go. Save yourself. Just run.
No, I can't! I'm taking you with me!
Leave me.
I won't leave you behind! I'm gonna stay here and fight if I have to! I will only go if you come with me right now!
Oh, no.
Violet, no!
It's a bit excessive for that particular gun, but I get what they're
Yeah.
trying to do. That's gotta suck, man. I couldn't imagine. Like, I've always said I'm willing to give up like a foot or a leg. I don't want to lose hands, sight, or
Sound.
hearing. Yeah. Jeez, man.
Please, you have to stop! Be free. I love you.
And that operation was just messed up.
What is love? What is it? I don't know. I don't understand. What does it mean? Explain it, Major.
I know I mentioned sounds being pretty realistic in the last episode. The artillery sounds not quite as much. Missing some stuff. She's out digging herself.
We couldn't tell you the truth. You were more concerned about him than you were about yourself.
It's generally the way it is.
Yeah.
Hey. Let's go, Violet.
Everyone in general has that, and especially leaders, not necessarily maybe some young first-time private or something like that, but you're willing to do anything for your brothers and sisters in arms to make sure that they come back, because serving, and I know her service is a bit different, and the reason why she's asking for the major is a bit different, but you do run into serious like lack of self value. Like, everyone's got that mentality. My family will be okay. They'll get $400,000-$500,000 after I go, but I don't want you, Joe. I don't want you, Jane, to die. I don't want your kids to go without a parent, and it's hard to get people to try to find that balance of, like, on an airplane when they tell you, put on your oxygen mask first, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't help other people if you don't help yourself first. So it can be really, really conflicting. But in general, most of us would rather ourselves go than our battle buddies.
Yeah.
Once the war ends,
Doesn't want his brother or
take her to the
some other military person getting a hold of her and keeping her as a weapon.
I trust you. You know,
Keeping her like a trained dog,
he
more
never
like it.
once looked at you as a tool for war.
Well, I mean, we do use our military working dogs
They're
as
treated better.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying they are considered like equipment, like
Yeah.
like even weapons of sort, detectors, weapons. But yeah, they are treated much better than that.
Yeah.
You used to work at the vet clinic, so
Yeah.
the military
I've
one.
seen the military working dogs, and yes, the handlers really do care about them.
Sorry I pulled you
So,
away.
You want to talk about some heart? I know this is a bit side story, but you want to talk about some heartbreaking moments is handlers losing their dogs.
we've had that. The one of the military working dogs didn't pass the test when they were trying to retire him out, so they had to put him down.
Yeah, versus they do like a behavior and aggression test to see if the dog can be, like she said, retired and adopted out. If they don't pass, they are euthanized, and it is sad. But like dogs that get injured, bomb sniffing dogs, I don't want to call them attack dogs, but for lack of a better phrase, a dog used in apprehension, if you will, or even just partaking in an operation and being shot, or it's very, very, very sad.
You've done nothing wrong. We can talk about this later.
He gave you one last order that will take a lifetime to complete, and that's to live.
Mm-hmm.
The road has been blocked.
Huh?
Uh-oh.
Sir!
Oh, I'm no longer... Never mind. At ease.
Yes, sir!
Did something happen?
The city of Keskro was attacked by an anti-peace faction from Garderik.
I've heard that there's a sense of unrest growing.
That's not good.
What's the status?
They've been contained. However, we must stay alert for any remaining insurgents.
Let's take a different route then.
Very well.
That was weird, seeing yourself out. out there. Maybe it's one of those,
Came back, didn't she?
you know, wanting to be back in
Seems so.
kind of fleeting moments, seeing yourself out there.
Yeah.
One of our new delivery men threw away the letters he couldn't get around to delivering.
What?
So we're about to go look for them now.
Don't worry.
What a jerk.
We have a good idea where they might be.
Pause it real quick.
Yeah. Are you gonna hit the what's up?
I was just going to talk, but what did you want to do?
I was gonna shut the door real fast because I can hear Lucas's music.
Okay, you go ahead and you can just listen. Something that I wish that the Major had done, I mean, because he had done a lot for her, but try to encourage other relationships besides himself. Because he, and it wasn't intentional, but he made himself her everything.
Yeah.
So, of course, they lied when she was in the hospital. Because, I mean, while you're in such a fragile state, it's going to take a while to heal, and it's going to prevent healing.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, our cat died of a broken heart. I mean, she had heart failure,
believe
even
it.
though she was perfectly healthy. We had an exam at the beginning of the year, and then, like, a month or two later, our first cat we had to put her down. And then it was like, November?
Yeah.
October? Yeah, November.
It was October, November.
Yeah, we had to put down our second cat because she had heart failure. So, you know, just one of those, it's like, I'm hoping that she can pull out of it. I'm sure she will, but, you know, you just always want, like, I really hope that this doesn't set you back health-wise.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Broken hearts. It's insane. Everyone makes fun of that line from Star Wars about Padme losing the will to live. I mean, it is a corny ass line, and in Star Wars it felt really, really lazy writing, considering the technology and all the Jedi that Padme did have connections to. You're like, no, you don't die of a broken heart in the Star Wars universe, but in reality, yeah. I mean, why do you think so many elderly people die soon after, hours, sometimes minutes, after their, long-term significant other passes?
Yeah, or it just takes a while and their body weakens. And I mean, my grandfather died on the same day,
Yeah.
just 6 years difference from my grandmother. So
Yeah, it's hard to deal with. I don't want to imagine life without you or Lucas. Yeah, it would suck.
I write letters for people.
Letters, you say? With the same hands that took all those lives.
Major.
You're writing letters meant to connect people together.
Nightmares suck, man. Let me, I thankfully didn't commit any war crimes. I did not, I do not have the blood of countless on my hands. I didn't, I didn't do anything illegal, and neither did she. However, she does have the blood of many on her hands. Some people might be able to cope having engaged the enemy directly, maybe having taken a life or two. Other people have to take a lot more. Everyone deals with it differently. However, the experiences, all from what I gather, having conversations with fellow soldiers, they all kind of have some similar aspects. It's all about the post processing, if you will. Nightmares are one of the things I've had the longest. I did a lot of therapy to work through a bunch of different aspects of PTSD, from driving issues, sound and crowd issues, to anger and fight or flight types stuff. And I've had to take medicine for nightmares for years, since like 08 I've been on nightmare meds.
It's been a while, yeah.
They are one of the worst aspects of it, because you can't prepare for a nightmare. You have to sleep. At some point your body will shut down and you will sleep. And they can be so vivid. I mean, you've been there for the wake ups and the hitting and the pushing and the time I've thrown cats and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, it got to the point where I was so used to it, I could sleep through it and just kind of comfort him. And then just like, Kyle was like, I had a nightmare again last night. I'm like, oh, you did? And he's like, yeah, you comforted me. Like, okay.
It sucks to kind of laugh at it, but
if you don't laugh, you cry.
Yeah, that does happen. And I had to go through something called didn't have to, but the therapy that was offered and that I did go through, there are additional types, was a type of cognitive behavior therapy called prolonged exposure. And I had to go in and discuss traumatic things, whether it was an engagement with the enemy, an IED going off, whatever the case may be. And you talk about it, and then the therapist asks you, go deeper. What smells do you remember? What sounds do you remember? And then you tell it again, and then they'll ask, well, what else can you remember? What about the air temperature? Was it windy? Was it cool? Was it warm? Can you feel sand on your face and stuff like that? And I always had a big issue with the smell of oil and diesel. And the purpose is to try to get your brain to do that whole thing where it's like, I'm okay, trying to get you to realize that you made it through. Mm-hmm. It's a lifelong struggle, no matter what, because there's always going to be that bad day where all of your defenses are down. Like you're emotionally worn out from whatever, or you're just straight up tired from normal life, and it lowers your resiliency and some of your defenses, and I mean healthy defenses against PTSD symptoms, not unhealthy things like ignoring the problem. And then it can come back full swing, full bore, and it can be very, very distressing, and Violet will have a lifetime of work ahead of her. So if you've got a vet in your life that's been to war and they seem fine for months on end, and all of a sudden they just have the worst day ever, try not to hold it against them, especially as long as they don't do anything harmful to anyone or themselves. You never excuse someone hurting you or anything like that.
Yeah, there's been many times where it's like I've had to be like, okay, I'm going to put a pin in this and we'll talk about it later when we're both good. But it's kind of like, don't talk to me like that. Don't snap. Quick apology. And then it's like, okay, yeah, we're good. Yeah. So
sometimes the best thing to do will be to step away, so that way feelings don't get hurt, and just keep an eye from a distance to make sure he or she is not harming themselves or someone else making a bad choice.
Don't hurt the puppy.
Oh my God.
Should I do? Please tell me. Please.
You did. And that's what you gotta find. That's what you gotta find. You gotta find that thing. For her, it should be remembering that last order to live, to be free, to...
Letter for you. I'm afraid he sprained his ankle. It's those shoes he wears.
Seriously, what is wrong with you?
Mm. Ow!
Well, I'm heading down Craft Street. Is there any way I could get you to cover the other route? Mm-hmm.
Stay busy.
Yes, each one of these letters.
Probably, I'm guessing, like a, hey, we like having you around.
Dear Violet,
Please work
are
with
you
us.
okay?
Yeah.
I thought about coming to see you, but after talking with Iris, we decided to write you a letter instead. It might be strange for a doll to write to another doll, but we wanted you to know that we are worried about you, and also that we are here, waiting for you.
You know, I had some friends write me letters in Iraq. I kept almost every letter, unless there's some that I lost moving around. Friends from high school that I haven't even talked to in years myself now, you know, since then, wrote me letters. Stacy, Brian's sister from AVR podcast, his sister wrote me some letters. Grandma, of course, everything, my parents. That is still such a nice thing to do, hearing not from blood or a spouse or significant other, because there you don't have to be married to have strong romantic relationship, but those are all nice. But those friends and acquaintances that aren't necessarily the best friend, you know, that's really special. And yeah, she's got a close relationship with these ladies, but it's different because it's not expected. I expected, without it sounding, you know, like, oh, I expected you to write. No, but I expect the family and the people that I love to write.
Yeah.
I didn't really expect some of those letters, and it was very, very, very nice. And it's like getting a text these days from Toby or someone that I don't speak to as much as I wish I could. He's married, kids, job, and health issues. I'm married, kid, job, and health issues. So I like that. That's really sweet.
And what's great about a letter also, I just want to say, and it's like with, you know, email and texts and you know, social media posts and stuff, you know, it tends to get pushed back or you delete it or something. But with like a letter, there's letters that I've gotten over the years where it's like I just can't get rid of them. And it's just that always like, oh yeah, I forgot that they had said this to me, you know, going through your stuff. So it's one of those things you get to keep.
Yeah.
And so
the only letters I did not keep are the ones that I wrote just in case. That was always like one of the last things I tore up, threw away as we were heading to the airline tarmac, whatever word you want to use it. Those, if you're reading this, I died letters. Those I tore up. No need to keep that.
Yeah.
To work at the moment, so please take your time. But if something happens,
You see, that might just be all someone needs to stick it out a little bit longer.
That's sweet.
Yeah. Coming around full circle on that storyline, huh? That's the brother that was the alcoholic and stuff.
Yeah.
It's very, very touching.
Sorry about this.
And then Violet gets to hear and see another vet with trouble moving forward.
Yep.
Through a letter. It was the very first letter I'd ever received. And that helped me understand. I see how special it is to receive a letter.
Purpose. It's all any soldier needs. I know a little motivation and direction, but yeah, purpose.
It is a group of support. Because there's some people where they just don't have a single person.
Oh yeah. Don't get me wrong. It's much more nuanced, but having purpose is so important, because it's that feeling of worthlessness, that feeling of not being needed. You know, that's just an awful feeling, especially when you come from, and this isn't necessarily how she's feeling, but for me and for a lot of soldiers coming from such a important and big job, you know, I always viewed Violet's, I always viewed my service as a wall against someone else having to join. I mean, most of
that name.
You are. And that's good to be able to accept that. But yeah, you hope that your service means someone else doesn't have to. That we can beat our chest and shake our sticks so hard and loud that no one wants to mess with us again, and no one else has to go to war.
Mm-hmm.
So do I have any right to be a doll? Do I have any right to live?
Better say something nice.
Just know, everything you've done as an auto memories doll won't disappear either. Violet Evergarden.
Well, that was incredibly sweet. Hard to deal with some of that. Self-harm is always a touchy subject for people.
Mm-hmm.
I had not ever considered a by my own hand suicide, but God, did I increase risk, hope, maybe even pray in a way for death. I mean, between some of the worst aspects of PTSD, and then a lot of my own additional health issues compounding on that. Definitely, I've been there where it's just like if the world ends, all the better. The only thing that I think really kept me from doing it myself mostly is what that would do to you and Lucas. I couldn't ever do that to you guys.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people who have felt suicidal or who have had family members deal with that. There's always the two like extremes. Oh, anyone that does that is incredibly selfish. Yeah, in a way. Or the people that are like, oh, anyone that does that, they had no alternative. You gotta understand, and the people left behind have gotta accept and move on. And neither one of those extremes are helpful, beneficial.
Yeah.
It's so nuanced. But I do know that the one thing that kept me here was you and Lucas. Yeah. I hope everyone has that ability to find someone or something, that purpose to keep going on. And of course, if you have any exit thoughts, as we have had to call them in this house, get help, call a friend, write a letter, do something. There's hotlines, email. There's a lot of resources out there. Yeah, it's rough, guys. I don't know what else to say about about it. It's very hard, and if you've got vets in your life, understand that the amount of conflicting feelings can be overwhelming, and not having been there, it will be very, very hard for you to ever understand. And that's okay. We don't need you to know. We don't need you to understand the context. We don't need you to get, you killed a bad guy. You killed a bad guy. Why are you feeling bad? You killed bad guy. Well, have you killed anyone?
Yeah, it's...
You know,
you don't need to know the details. Just be like, okay, this is what it is, and we'll try to get through it as best we can, and please get help, and stuff like that. But yeah, I never understood why people are like, just walk it off. Like, no,
it's not just something that you can walk off, and that's okay. You'll find people that maybe never even left the fob or the base, but you don't know how many rockets and mortars came onto that base. They might have been stationed on the airfield, which places like Bagram, Kandahar, Baghdad, and I don't know as much about BIOP, but I know Bagram and CAF for sure in Afghanistan. Their airfields hit all the time, because that's how you move troops. It's how you move equipment. That's how you get supplies. Is the airfield. That's why anyone that thinks, oh, I'll never go to war while I'm in the Air Force or Navy.
No, that's not true.
I stayed right in the same housing as Air Force and Navy. Navy is customs. Whenever we deploy, they handled the majority of in and out traffic of personnel, mail, things like that. The Navy Seabees, Air Force civil engineers. What do you think? We're all airborne qualified? No. The Air Force has to land and service their aircraft, and all of their own support personnel are there. So yeah, everyone does go. Everyone handles every experience differently, and it's important that you understand that. That's all we got to say, is just understand that everyone handles it differently.
Mm-hmm.
You have been killer at handling it. High five.
Thank you. I work hard.
You do, and I love you very, very much. I wouldn't be
Love you
here
too.
if I didn't.
Damn right. Don't ever forget.
All right, guys. I'll see about getting another episode out to you guys this weekend. No promises. Like I said, we had a really rough week, but thank you so much for checking us out. Please do check out our website, lrmonline.com every day for all entertainment news, needs, and opinions. We've got our podcast available everywhere you get podcasts from, like Google and Spotify. Sounder is our new distributor, so you can also use Sounder's platform to listen to us on. And all of our podcasts go up on the YouTube channel in video format. So if you're not if you like reactions, but you also like podcasts and reviews and stuff, they're here. They're here. Check out everything. I've got a bunch of playlists for you guys. Breaks down everything into shows like Daily Cup of Genre and Breaking Geek Radio, which handle everything in geek and entertainment news. We've got regular AVR. We're doing Classroom of the Elite Season 2 with Brian. He's a cool guy. You should check that out. And Marvel Multiverse Mayhem and The Cantina do Marvel and Star Wars news and reviews, respectively. So yeah, subscribe and enjoy it. Let us know what we're doing, good, bad, all that good stuff. Social media information down below. We've got a Discord if you guys want to talk to me directly. Best way to do it, probably the Discord. Link in the description box. Christine, anything else to say?
No, I'm good.
All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.